What's up, ladies and jerks? It's your boy Groovinator from RaidersOfTheLostFlix.com. And I know I didn't advertise this in advance, but hey, we decided, me and my buddy Cody here from Goober Brothers Entertainment. I'm always pointing in the wrong direction. I'm going to get this right one of these days.
What is up, everybody? Just, doing my morning ritual.
Eating your candy corns.
Didn't see you there. Hey.
How you feeling, man? Are you feeling stunning and brave today?
I'm feeling not just stunning, not just brave, a little spooky too.
This is my impression of
spooky season.
This is my impression of Samurai Cop. I love that freaking movie so much. But anyways, so I don't know about you, dude. I subscribed to I did a trial version of Hulu. This is all MJ's fault, man. She got me started on Letterkenny.
I've heard it was really good. I need to get into it too.
I don't know what it is about Canadians. Maybe it's because I used to play PS4 with a bunch of there's a bunch of Canadians in the clan. And the clan that I used to be in when we played Destiny, and like 2 or 3 of them were really good, and the rest of them were like absolute trash. But they'd just be ripping on each other, and I would just be laughing at them. I don't just something about Canadian humor just cracks me up. I really like Super Troopers and Super Troopers 2, and I watched a little bit of Trailer Park Boys, like maybe a season or 2 of that, and it was all right. You know, I wasn't really.
I couldn't get into that show.
I just something about the characters. I don't know. They were just a little too despicable, you know.
I had teammates in college and they watched it, and I'm like,
it was like
how
the
do
thing.
You get into this show?
It's that old formula too, man, where it's like they're talking to the camera and all that kind of stuff, and it's you've seen that done to death so much where it's just like, yeah, we're doing this again. You know, it's after watching 5 seasons of Parks and Rec, or however many seasons it was of Parks and Recreation, which I adored that show, but it's like I can only see that same formula so many times where it's like I've seen this done and maybe better on other shows, but Letterkenny is hilarious, man. Oh my god,
it's very awkward. I've seen a little bit of it, but I haven't really like sat down and like I'm going to watch a full episode.
There's a lot of terminology that if you know Canadians, you'll pick up on some of the jokes, because the farther north you go, they are a bunch of hillbillies up there. So
never been to Canada.
They're just northern hillbillies. I've not been there, but I was. I was in Toronto like in 1989. I went to Toronto, which I hear that doesn't really count as being in Canada. If you live there, it's like,
how does that not count?
Toronto. It's just it's a Canada thing. They don't consider that like going into Canada. Like you have to like go way up north if you're actually, you know what I'm saying?
They don't even know their own country. What the fuck?
I mean, it's just they don't consider that. I don't know. Too close to the border, it just doesn't count. Hey, what's going on? We got the Appalachian American join us. Thanks for being with us, man. We kind of decided to do this at the last moment. What's up, champ? You were born in 89. I told you before. I'm old. I'm fucking old. I'm the grandpa of the Fandom Menace. What can I say? So anyways, but yeah, check out Letterkenny. I marathoned an entire season in one night. That's just that I just something about the comedic timing. I like the characters. I like the pacing of the jokes, and I think the jokes were pretty solid. And I'm gonna finish watching that show, and then I'm gonna cancel my Hulu before I pay another dime to them, because I don't want any more fucking streaming services, man.
Hulu's cool. Hulu's cheap. I mean, if you don't mind the commercials.
It is.
That's not much commercial. It's like 90 seconds of commercials, and then you.
Well, that's just it. I'm doing the hey, MJ is here. MJ, we were just talking about Letterkenny, so you're just in time. Yeah, I'm telling Cody he has to check out Letterkenny, because I think I personally like Canadian humor anyway. So I watched a little bit of Trailer Park Boys. I'm not gonna say that show's trash, but I will say that Letterkenny is better than Trailer Park Boys for sure. So. I'm really digging the character. I watched an entire season last night, so that's
damn. You watched the whole season last night?
I watched a whole season in one night. I didn't realize that the whole season. I mean, I think each episode's like maybe 46 minutes, and then just goes like right into the next one. So but yeah, there's like the long running jokes in the show, and I there's a lot of callbacks within the episodes, and just the way that they talk to each other, they're just like so matter of factly. It's like, I don't know, it's like Fargo if it was funnier, you know what I mean? Like Fargo's a black comedy. This is just a straight up comedy, you know. Their versions of fart jokes are better than anybody else's, but
it's probably similar to Trailer Park Boys, but probably a little bit classier.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to belittle anybody or come off like I'm holier than thou, but I guess if you didn't grow up in a trailer park, you don't get some of those jokes, you know what I mean? Whereas at least with Letterkenny, I grew up in the Quad Cities, you know, so I mean, I'm a little more rural, and I'm rural now for sure. I'm out in the middle of nowhere, so I get some of those jokes, you know. I mean,
you were hood, now you're country.
That was, yeah. I that was by choice too. I was hood for a long time, dude. So you can't take it out of me, but you can definitely take myself out of it. So wait for season 7. Is there 8 seasons, MJ? If I saw that correctly, I'm like, this show's been on that long, and this is the first time I've heard about it. Maybe it's because I don't have Hulu. I don't know, but
that's a lot. God.
If MJ hadn't sent me links to 2 different videos where I thought, well, this is really good stuff, I need to watch it. So because I've been marathoning, Mystery Science Theater 3K, and I'm getting to the point where it's like, have I seen this? I don't know. Have I seen this one? And then you start watching, I'm like, I've seen this one. Stop that one, start another one. It's like I need to end my day on jokes. That's the only way I can sleep properly is if I end my day on humor. I can't.
That's why I go to sleep the Family Guy every night.
Right? Yeah, it's got to be something funny. If I watch like something like retardedly scary, like I like scary movies and horror movies, but I can't end on that. I have to put
jump
something,
scares and stuff like get really loud on your TV.
Right?
Like,
you can't fall asleep to that, and then you're probably going to have nightmares if you ate like a late night snack before you go to bed. So.
Well, I mean, I don't wear Pampers. I don't get like nightmares or anything. But
are you trying to say I wear Pampers, Cody? God damn it!
Nope.
I'm not that old, damn it. I'm not wearing Depends.
Pampers, then come the cream of wheat.
Oh God, no, not doing cream of wheat. I do like oatmeal, but I'm not doing cream of wheat. Hell no. So, but anyways, I wanted to, I saw this article today. Well, actually I saw it yesterday about Joker, and I thought have you seen Joker, Cody?
No.
You haven't seen that one?
No, unfortunately.
I'm sorry, man. All right. So
I keep hearing good things about it. I mean, we can talk about it.
I don't want to spoil anything by opening. I don't think this is spoilerific, but I'm going to pull it up anyway. So let's see here.
I heard it was good. My coworkers have seen it.
Well, it's made $1 billion so far.
It's made $1 billion.
It's a billion. It's $1 billion movie. It's getting to the point to where it's going to make about as much money as Endgame, which is
shows
just
how much I report on
nutso stuff. So I'll go ahead and pull this up.
Do it now. Come on.
Do it now. And this is Cinna Blend. I do actually like this site, by the way. They're not too bad. Sometimes the writing is a little but it's not completely stupid. And
grade
the
school
articles
dropout bad or?
Oh, yeah. And it's not like some of that stuff that we've been reading lately on some of these live streams. Some of the stuff that Pete reads on his. But the Mary Sue.
Like watching Charlie Kelly, like try to fucking.
It's like Twitter, the website. Oh, hey, let's just turn these tweets into articles and make people watch all the ads, which is pretty much what it is. But it says, what should the DC movies do with Joker moving forward? So, what should the DC movies do with Joker moving forward? It might seem like a strange question to ask. After all, Todd Phillips' Joker is still in theaters, and despite all the controversy prior to its release, it has become an unmitigated success. So why worry about what's next when we can all revel in the Clown Prince of Crime's triumphant moment? Because despite Joker's success, what's next for the character on the big screen is anything but clear cut. And we got this knucklehead on the right here.
I fucking hate that Joker.
I was going to say, I'm sure you've seen that. Everybody has seen Suicide Squad. Where
I fell asleep in the theaters, dude.
You fell asleep in the theaters? Now, see,
Yeah,
I didn't fall asleep watching Suicide Squad, but I did fall asleep 3 times watching Batman versus Superman.
Oh well, everyone's falling asleep during that.
Why? What is it with that movie? It puts me into a coma.
Until the end, it's like an awful movie.
I was so mad because it's like I wanted to watch that just to see at least see Wonder Woman show up, you know, and I kept falling asleep. I'm like out cold by the time that scene happens, and then I don't remember it. And it took me 3 times to finish watching that, and the only way I could finish watching the movie was like, okay, I remember most of this. I'm gonna skip to the part that I think I fell asleep at, and then I just fast forward to that part and then watch the rest of it from there on out. I'm like,
That's
okay, well, that was a whole lot of nothing.
Remember when the Force Awakens came out on DVD, and somebody gave it to me, and I was like, all right, I'll watch it, and I wasn't like completely like sold on it, but I was like, what the hell are they planning on doing? So I got the DVD and I plugged it in, and I was like, this is boring. Let's skip to this part, and let's skip to this part. This ain't bad. And then I like next thing I know, I've only watched like 3 scenes, and I was like, yeah, this movie blows.
Oh, here, Appalachian American says EFAP crew jokingly said make a Joker cubistic universe where Robert De Niro gets killed in various ways.
I don't care.
Sure. Okay. That's what we got to say about that.
I mean, I don't care. I mean, that was a spoiler. I didn't know he died. I don't care.
I was gonna say, are you planning on watching this movie or?
I plan on watching it, but I'm not going to be like devastated if I find out like some plot points.
Have you ever seen the movie Taxi Driver?
I know. I'm so cultured. I know.
No, that's all right. Yeah, I was gonna say it's there's a lot of
I keep hearing about the comparisons between the
heavy
two.
similarities between the two, and I think that's why they probably had Robert De Niro in the movie. But
a bunch of sissies are like comparing it and saying, "Oh, it's like Taxi Driver. It's like it's so bad." Oh, it sounds.
So it says, once upon a time, it seemed like Jared Leto's iteration of the character was destined to one day face off with Ben Affleck's Dark Knight in a Batman movie, but a lot has changed since then. There's a new Batman movie on the way, which will feature Robert Pattinson, not Ben Affleck, as Bruce Wayne. Now, why did they mention it that way? Robert Pattinson, not Ben Affleck. Did it? I never liked Ben Affleck as Batman.
I thought he was awesome. I just don't like the writing. If they had better writing, then he would have been, my opinion, the best. Because I was completely sold on him before they casted him. I remember they had some website. They had the whole like group of people. It looked like a March Madness bracket of all people that could be Batman. And I took like a piece of paper or something, and I went up to the screen and I held it above everybody's like nose, like from their upper lip up. And I was like, who's got a good jawline? And I was like, Ben Affleck's cool.
You like that scene from that scene from, I don't have a piece of paper here. Yeah, like scene from it's like, maybe you're the Caped Crusader. Yes, yeah, I obviously don't.
That's exactly what I did. Yeah. And I was like Ben
from
Affleck and John Hamm. I was like, sold. I was hoping it was John Hamm, but I could live with Ben Affleck. But no, the writing was awful, So I mean, let me ask you this: do they open any doors for like? Is Batman in this movie?
He's barely in the movie. He's there mostly as a. I mean, you do see him, but he's a child in this one. So
okay,
yeah. So it's confusing because it takes place in 1980s, like early 1980s Gotham, and it looks like early 1980s New York, but they're calling it Gotham. There's a garbage strike going on, and there is a particular scene where I think you've seen it in the trailer where Joker's kind of walking around. He's got that big fake clown nose, and he walks over there, and he walks up to Wayne Manor, and then there's Bruce just standing right there.
Oh, is that Bruce?
That's Bruce. Yeah,
oh, shit.
I kind of figured that out from the trailer. I'm like, that's Bruce Wayne. And
I mean, I know people are always talking about like, oh, what if this is so and so? Oh, it's a crazy spoiler for the movie. Oh, what a cameo!
The fun stuff, though. I actually enjoy those kind of discussions. That's one thing I miss about prior to The Last Jedi coming out, is we used to do that. We used to speculate like who is Rey's parents and all this kind of stuff. And for whatever reason, that cheesed the hell out of Rian Johnson so much to where he made the shit fest that we wound up watching, you know. But I don't know why that stuff pissed him off so much. Maybe just the pressure got to him. I don't really know. That's a whole discussion for another stream. But so
story for another time.
Story for another time. There's a new Batman movie on the way, which will feature Robert Pattinson, not Ben Affleck, as Bruce Wayne. And for Robert Pattinson's first outing as the Caped Crusader, he will be facing off with the Penguin, Catwoman, and the Riddler. Not the Joker. That's too many villains.
Yeah, they need to dial back on villains for superhero movies. That's like, I understand you want like very high action like movie, but just calm down.
I get angry every time they do that. The only time I think that they did that successfully is they had two villains, only two, in The Dark Knight. You had Two-Face and you had Joker, and you had them make sense. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
actually, technically three if you want to consider Scarecrow at the beginning.
Scarecrow's cool, man. Scarecrow
is cool. Yeah, the villains in the Dark Knight universe, other than maybe Bane. Bane was kind of, I don't know, was just there. You know, I don't think he was a good replacement for Heath Ledger. I think they knew they couldn't replace Heath Ledger, and they just kind of just went with whatever the original plan was. They probably would have had more Heath Ledger in the Dark Knight Returns, but
I guarantee you they would have had him like break out of Arkham and then gather up people. Probably gather up Bane.
Exactly.
I would have been insane. Holy shit.
That would have been so something, huh? Because
can you imagine the both of them trying to like wail on Batman?
At least they didn't try to replace him with another actor. You know?
What are you talking about, Jared Leto?
Oh yeah, I forgot that. That's the true sequel. Jared Leto became the Puddin.
Oh my god, he was such a freaking can't stand that.
Anyways, where was I? Oh yeah, Joker has been a massive success, but it's meant to be separate from the rest of the DC film universe and was intended as a one-off, not the start of a series. And finally, reports of Jared Leto's feelings about Joker raised serious doubts about whether we will see him return to character he played not that long ago in Suicide Squad. All these factors make the Joker's big screen feature who will be playing him in that future and when something of a mystery. It's a mystery befitting the enigmatic villain, but there are a few logical directions that Warner Brothers and DC could go, each with their own pros and cons, each with varying degrees of probability. So let's dive in and discuss what should the DC movies do with Joker moving forward. Now, this is what I'm afraid of, and this is why I wanted to discuss this topic today on stream. A Joker sequel. As mentioned earlier, by all accounts, Joker was intended as a one-off. There were no plans for a sequel, and it wasn't intended to be a backdoor pilot for a series of Joker films. Todd Phillips even set the film in the 1980s to separate it from everything else at DC. Heck, according to The Hollywood Reporter, Warner Brothers gave the green light to the film with a small budget that some people at studio hoped would dissuade Todd Phillips from making it all together. So if you would have asked a few months ago, a Joker sequel might have been the least likely option for the character moving forward. However, there's no more motivating factor in Hollywood than money, and Joker has made a lot of it. Joker had a record-breaking opening weekend, has experienced a sub 50% week-over-week drop-offs to date, and has made over $741.3 million worldwide, according to Box Office Mojo. It's on its way to become the highest-grossing R-rated movie of all time, and could very well join the $1 billion club. That's what I was just mentioning earlier. Mm-hmm. They're almost there. It's a massive home run for DC, so that's a lot of incentive to do a sequel. We know that Todd Phillips and Joaquin Phoenix have tossed around ideas for a sequel, but the director made it clear that this is not his plan and the movie is intended as a one-off. Still, surely a taste of that money can be thrown Joaquin Phoenix and Todd Phillips' way to bring them back for Joker 2. Although there are some real questions about where the story would go for a sequel, the first film was great, so it's hard to not want to see what they would come up with for another movie. Arthur Fleck didn't fully transform into Joker until towards the end of the movie, so seeing a whole film with this agent of chaos would be interesting. Given the film's success, we can't rule it out. Maybe Warner's could even take a cue from Cinna Blend's own Mike Reyes, who proposed that Joker be the first of a series of anthology films centered around the character. That's a terrible idea. I don't want to see. That's the problem with Hollywood, man. Is every time they get a taste of success, they just want to They want to stamp that money and manufacture it and just print it, rather than try to find the ideas that worked in the film. They just want to make more of the same film. I get so tired of that.
It's quality over quantity. You don't need a fucking cinematic universe for every franchise that you have. If one movie is good on its own, just leave it be. Just make another one separate from it.
Or figure out what made it work and make something similar to it. It's like, okay, we like the idea of a movie with a villain protagonist. How about there's all kinds of villains within the DC universe. Why not give them a movie? Rather than, do we have to have Joker 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6? You know, I get so tired of hearing this. What's that?
Do a Deathstroke movie.
A Deathstroke movie, Mr. Freeze. You know, I mean, there's a lot of interesting characters that you could do. I mean, the last time we had Mr. Freeze in the cinematic universe, it was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Everybody chill.
I hate that movie. Oh my God, I hate that movie. I remember seeing it as a kid, and I was like, whoa. I saw it like last year. I was like, are they okay? It was bad. Oh God.
I watched it. I watched it just a couple days ago, and well, not a couple days ago, like maybe a week or so ago. I bought it at the Best Buy during one of my, I call them digs when I'm out looking for movies. There's a Best Buy in New Tampa that has just, it's like 2 or 3 bins full of Blu-rays for like $4.99, and Batman and Robin was one of them. And I'm like, sure, why not?
Shocker.
For $5, you know. Yeah. I'm like, I'll take this. This probably belongs on my channel. It's probably something that I should cover. It's something maybe I can make a video out of. Yeah. I watch it and I decided it's so bad I actually enjoy it.
I don't know. I just stuff that's corny like that, I can't get around it. I can handle stupid, but if it's stupid one-liners, it's like it's cringy.
It's bad, but it's not boring. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's that going for it. But
yeah, at least you have something to like catch your eye the whole time. You're like, huh? Did Adam West direct this? Okay. Oh, cool. Wow.
Fuck you, asshole.
I never get tired of Arnold quotes. But anyways,
I like the bullshit one that you've been playing.
No shit, man. Don't bullshit me. Bullshit. 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 You said so bullshit. Oh shit. 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 Shit.
This shit will never get old to me. I swear. Eventually it's gonna wear out. I'll have to replace that with something else. But
I don't think you should ever replace that.
No, I think Arnold should stay there forever. I agree. So here we go. A Jared Leto return. Are they serious about this? God. Now we've come to perhaps the least likely and least asked for path of Joker's future on screen. Oscar winner Jared Leto played the clown prince of crime just once in David Ayer's Suicide Squad. You said you hated Suicide Squad, right?
Oh no, I absolutely love it. It just put me to sleep and made me not buy any merchandise from it, and made me like not want to go in the Hot Topic until they got rid of it, and just yeah, I hate it. Yeah, that movie blows. I went to a Tampa Bay Comic Con that when it came out, and then after the con that day, we went to the movie theater near our hotel, and we all saw it, and the whole time I'm like, shit. Oh, popcorn. Fuck this movie.
The popcorn you're eating has been pissed in. Film at 11.
No!
Have fun with your popcorn. So
it was bad. That movie sucked so bad. We all walked out of it after seeing like 1 billion Harley Quinns at the con. We're like, oh my God, this is the worst.
That year, that was like the Halloween costume because it's like literally any girl can dress up like a hoe and put 2 pigtails in the side of her head and have one be one color and one be the other color. Oh, look, I'm Harley Quinn. I'm stunning and brave.
It's always the girls that shouldn't dress up like that. I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah. Or the girls that are too young to be dressing like prostitutes. God bless Halloween. God bless Halloween. Making girls sluts since as long as I can remember, as if they needed an excuse. But at least they have one on Halloween night. Jared Leto.
I hate that costume. My God. So
I like Margot Robbie though, but yeah, that's not there's a much better movie. It's called Wolf of Wall Street. I'm just saying. So
she's the only one that should wear that costume.
True. Yeah. That she owned it.
Or you can actually make her look like the comic book instead of someone that just left Forever 21.
Yeah. Well, doesn't she have that costume on just briefly? And so it's been like 1 million years since I watched Suicide
Squad.
Squad.
Flashback of her dancing with the Joker, and it was actually cool. And then they went back to the modern day where she was dressed like a Hooters waitress. I was like, God damn it, not again.
Hooters waitress. Jared Leto had the unbelievable task of being the first on-screen Joker since Heath Ledger's iconic portrayal. And while there's a question of how much of Leto's performance was left on the cutting room floor, there's no question that his take on the Clown Prince of Crime was largely rejected by the fan base. Now, do you believe in the same theory that I have, that his performance was so bad that they just collectively decided to dial him back as much as humanly possible?
I think a lot of the reason was the costume, and a lot of people didn't like it, so I think they caught on to it.
Because they leaked that like about a year before that movie came out, man.
What his
look? Remember he had he had the same pose from like The Killing Joke, but he had like the damage and the grill, and they were showing all of his Juggalo tattoos. And
I thought it wasn't bad. I figured, hey, maybe it's just like a variation of him. So you know how certain comic book characters like go through certain changes, but they stay the same for the most part. I thought it was just like a wardrobe change or a makeup change or something. I didn't think it was actually like, oh wait, they're actually going full gangster weirdness, like Prison Break with it. Okay, cool.
Cody, you have a fan, Cody.
Dope. Love you, Monica.
I like Hooters.
I like it. I mean, I like it too.
Well, we all do. They got some good chicken wings, right?
Tommy went wingy.
Tommy went wingy.
I like their beer, like those big ass huge mugs of beer. It's awful.
You can get those anywhere though, right?
True. I got some behind me.
Kind of early. Are you starting early today, or?
Actually, I think I might. Yeah.
I'm a bad influence on you. So anyway,
okay, I'm going to a concert, so I could care less.
Still, there's a case to be made that Jared Leto got an unfair shake and deserves another shot at the character. But like many fans, Jared Leto may also have no interest in seeing himself don the face paint again. Beyond his feelings about trimmed down role in Suicide Squad, in the wake of Joker's success, a lot of reports about Jared Leto's feelings about the solo film have come out, and they paint the picture of a clown prince scorned. Is that really what they're saying? Okay. Yeah. About that. Jared Leto allegedly felt alienated and upset about Joaquin Phoenix film and reported even tried to stop it from getting made. Even if only half the reports concerning Leto's feelings about Joker are true, it seems unlikely he will be returning. Thank God. I hope
he's not going to return.
No.
Are you going to make him show up in Wonder Woman?
He's the villain in Wonder Woman. He's after her outfit.
The thing is with him, of course they didn't like his portrayal. And it was way overdone. Like if he was more subtle about like the Joker's cadences and movements and everything, they probably would have gone through with another movie or added
he overacts.
into.
I mean,
they would have done like a cutscene from Aquaman and maybe like it would have hinted towards another Justice League thing, and it could have involved the Joker. But no, his performance was subpar at best, but it made it worse by the makeup and the just lack of good writing.
Yeah, writing. What the hell is that anyway?
And I honestly believe they miscasted him too.
Oh yeah. I think so. I mean, when they first announced it, I'm like, oh, well, he's a decent actor. He won an Academy Award. Let's see what the hell he's going to do with it. You know, I try to be open mind because I know that everybody lost their shit when Heath Ledger got elected. And
did people not like that casting? I don't really remember.
Yeah, I was working at GameStop at the time, and you know, when you're a GameStop manager, you live in your store and you have what you call regulars. And I'm not like talking down to I enjoyed my regulars because they made me pass the time, but there are people who just come whiny? People that just come in just to bullshit. You know, they just hang around. They don't necessarily come in to buy anything, or maybe they come in to buy one or two things, but they like a comic book store. Yeah. They stay for a couple hours and they make my day go by faster because it's either that or talk to myself or stare at my phone, you know. So
sure.
So they that's how I found out. I got most of my information from my regulars than I did from the interwebs, you know, and they came in, they told me like, yeah, it's gonna be Heath Ledger. I'm like, who? Like the guy from Knight's Tale. I'm like, him? Why? You know,
love that movie. Love that movie.
I do too, but I would the whole time you're watching Knight's Tale, you're not thinking, you know what? He'd make a really good Joker.
It's awesome.
Maybe
he's my favorite.
He is my favorite now, but at the time, I was surprised, and people were not exactly excited about that. You know, this is post Batman Begins. Everybody liked Batman Begins. That one surprised everybody. I don't think anybody thought that movie was going to be successful. And
movie kicked ass. When
it was, there was a lot of really cool viral marketing with the Dark Knight. You know, there was the website. I believe in Harvey Dent. You know, and you know, so it had everybody hyped out of their minds. And you know, we got that wonderful performance. He got an Oscar for it. So I wasn't. When they announced Jared Leto, I was like, no, not this guy. But then when we saw him in the Suicide Squad, after he'd been hyped up so much, I think he's just like, oh, David Ayer, you really shouldn't have.
That was the most boring like comic book movie. I'd rather watch Ghost Rider 2 and Daredevil back to back than watch that. Oh,
Daredevil's not boring. I'll give you that. Ghost Rider 2 I haven't seen, but I have seen Ghost Rider 1, and I laughed through most of it.
Ghost Rider 1 is phenomenal.
It's Nicolas Cage, man. I love Nicolas Cage. I love the guy.
I love 1. 2 sucked. Dude, if you watch 2, oh my god, get a beer.
Maybe that'll be a watch party. Maybe we'll have to do a Ghost Rider 2 watch party.
Oh, damn it.
Maybe not.
I didn't get to watch Unicorn Store though. I got out of that one.
Oh, you got out of it. Yeah,
I mean, I wanted to watch it and like make fun of it.
You weaseled your way out of that. So
I had a good reason for missing it, but best grilled cheese on the planet.
I think she's talking about Hooters.
Hooters?
Yeah.
You go there for grilled cheese, really?
Do you really go there for grilled cheese, MJ?
Who? Me? Him?
Oh, jeez.
No, I'm just saying, like, I still am so confused on what Unicorn Store was.
We don't know what Unicorn Store was either.
I asked Pete. I was like, "Yo, man, like, how's the stream?" He's like, "Good," and he's like, "Oh yeah,
like something brave and stunning, stunning and brave." I don't know. Do you know? I don't know. Oh my god.
The mouth on you, Monica. Jeez. God. You don't eat chicken. Why
you go to a place that specials in chicken wings and you don't eat chicken?
Well, they have good burgers too. Chicken sandwiches.
We got to get her on this stream at some point.
Dude, don't get me started on the chicken thing. I'll start bringing up Chick-fil-A and start praying for Chick-fil-A, man.
By the way, that reminds me, our today's sponsor is Alt-Right Chicken. And Alt-Right Chicken's spokesperson has just been announced as Matthew McConaughey. Chicken's alt-right.
Alt-right,
alt-right, alt-right.
Salt Life beer. Please sponsor me.
Alt-right, alt-right, alt-right. All right.
All right.
See what I did there?
By the way, Chick-fil-A is fried in pickle juice. Oh, yep. Well, so is your face. I don't know. I give up.
Boring.
Anyways, moving on back to the article. Nevertheless, let's see here. Okay, so Jared Leto allegedly felt alienated and upset about Joaquin Phoenix film and reportedly even tried to stop it from getting made. Even if only half of the reports concerning Leto's feelings about Joker are true, it seems unlikely he'll be returning, and the DCEU, or what's left of it, has seemingly moved on without him. Given his absence in the movies, he would naturally fit in. It doesn't seem as though he would be a part of James Gunn's Suicide Squad, thank Christ. And in Birds of Prey, the stunning and brave Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn, like in the DC Comics universe, has apparently kicked him to the curb. Oh, poor little guy. Nevertheless, Jared Leto has said, perhaps diplomatically, that he definitely played Joker again, and it would be somewhat strange for him to never show up again, especially with Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn continuing on. So there could be a curiosity factor there, and perhaps a different movie and a different script could change perceptions of his portrayal. I don't think so. But with the actor becoming a part of Sony's Spider-Verse in next year's Morbius, the smart money is his time as Joker beginning at an end.
God, he's going to get beat by Ian McGregor, who plays as the character that has one job, to wear a mask, because his name's the Black Mask, and he doesn't have a mask on. Fuck. My God. Jared Leto's so desperate. Dude, just keep making music. 30 Seconds to Mars ain't bad. Okay, listen. All right, well, sue me.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
So
I understand that reference.
Yeah, I got that reference. That's another clip I'll have to upload. A new Joker and Batman 2. Don't do this. Do not do this.
Yeah, don't.
I actually enjoy watching them come up with new villains. I think we've already done the Joker to hell and back, and I don't want to see, first of all, you haven't got the Batman out to begin with, and some of the news of it is not exactly exciting me, although it's being directed by a guy I actually like. So it's the same guy that's directed the Planet of the Apes reboot.
The guy that plays the Riddler, I'm interested to see how he does.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's good to have the Riddler be your first villain. But yeah, Catwoman, the Penguin, and the Riddler at the same time in the same movie. Cool. That's a crowded cast, man.
I'm a little nervous on Robert Pattinson. I feel like he could be good, but I feel like just him in general, I don't think he's going to bring the same energy as somebody who legitimately loves Batman. He seems like somebody that wanted it just to get the gig, rather than somebody that's like, I'm a fan of Batman. I want to be the best Batman I can be. I want to be better than Batnips. And,
Batnips.
I don't know.
That's a good name for him, actually.
Oh yeah.
He was a really terrible Batman.
I fucking hated that.
But I think the worst part of Batman and Robin, though, was Uma Thurman, actually. Surprisingly, I like Uma Thurman, but yeah, she's really bad in that movie.
She weirds me out, man.
Yeah, she's a little too much of her in that movie. You gotta keep Uma Thurman in short doses. It's like she's beautiful and she can be a good actress and she can be good at action scenes. But in that movie, they just let her off the chain, and they needed to dial her back a lot more than they did. They didn't. The Batman will feature the villains Catwoman, the Penguin, and the Riddler at the very least, but that's just the first movie. Batman is the most popular DC character, and Warner Brothers is obviously intending the Batman to be the start of a franchise. See, whenever they announce this stuff, it just bores the shit out of me. Why don't you just make one good fucking movie first, and then we'll decide if there's going to be a franchise. When you announce to the world that you're planning a franchise, you instantly put us off from this stuff, man.
Yeah, they're putting their foot in their mouth. Both.
It's don't write checks your ass can't cash, man. That's all I can say.
Just take your time, try to make it the best movie you can, and then go from there. If people react positively to it, then good. All your hard work paid off. Do it again.
That's probably one of the reasons why Joker was so
story.
successful. It's like, okay, there's no commitment here. There's no long-term, keeping me have to come back and see the movie over and over and over again. It's a one-off. This ought to be interesting. And
what I've realized is that
should
like
be.
the director with Joaquin Phoenix, they seem like they have a good relationship. So they kind of took their time and tried to build like a relationship around.
You can tell that those two had a vision that they were going for there. Like it's definitely those two guys that made that movie what it is. Everybody else.
Phoenix is passionate about his work and he likes being able to give the best performance he can. He was killer as Johnny Cash, and he could sing. Like
they were almost going to dub him, and because he couldn't get his voice low enough, and he managed to pull that off at the very last minute.
I'd love Walk the Line. My God.
That's a good movie, and I don't even like Johnny Cash. I don't even like country music, but yeah, that is a good movie. I agree.
Most country music I can do without, but Johnny Cash he's the GOAT. Just throwing that out there.
Director Matt Reeves has said that he has ideas for a trilogy, so it's entirely possible that he can incorporate the Joker into a sequel film. But what Joker? We have no idea how tied in the Batman will be the rest of the DCEU. The best thing you should do is distance yourself from the current DCU as far as possible. That's just my 2 cents on that one. If at all. But if Joker were to show up in a sequel film, unless Jared Leto surprisingly comes back, the Clown Prince of Crime would likely be played by a new actor. Although our own Mike Reyes has argued the Joker could act as a prequel to the Batman, the theory would have Joker being a mantle, a new person actor that could take up the future Batman movie. And again, Joker and the Batman won't be crossing over. So overall, it seems likely that if the Joker shows up opposite Robert Pattinson's Batman, someone new will be behind the face paint. There are pros and cons to Joker showing up with a new actor playing him in the Batman too. On the one hand, it would seem a shame to never see Robert Pattinson's iteration face off with Batman's greatest nemesis. The Joker is popular for a reason, and who wouldn't want to see a new Joker torment the new Batman? As we've seen, allowing different actors to take on the character can lead to spectacular results. However, having a new actor take on the Joker so soon after Joaquin Phoenix might result in the portrayal being overshadowed, even if it turns out great. While this may have more to do with Jared Leto's performance itself, it was over a decade after Heath Ledger's portrayal in The Dark Knight before audiences truly embraced another big screen Joker. If we presume the Batman 2 comes out 2 to 3 years after the first movie, that would put it at 2023, 2024, only 5 years or so after the Joker. That might be too soon, but given the Joker's popularity, it's not unreasonable to think that he could show up in Matt Reeves' Gotham City sooner rather than later. Nothing for now. Okay.
Well, how old would he be? The character, how old is he in the Joker?
I think he's playing a part younger than what he actually is. Because if I'm not mistaken, Joaquin Phoenix is a little bit older than me. He's like about 50 years old.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, so if it takes place when Batman's 30, he's going to be an old ass man.
Old man Joker.
That's what I'm saying. That doesn't really make sense. You should just
Batman, you say?
Oh, just get a new actor. You might as well. Just don't try to shoehorn Joaquin Phoenix.
But I think they should definitely wait. And then that moves into the next point. Nothing for now. Lastly, Warner Brothers could opt to simply wait and do not anything else with the Joker for the time being. Joker isn't intended to get a sequel, and Jared Leto's Joker seems to be pretty much done, so why rush to put out the Joker back up on the big screen? Yeah. Instead, Warner Brothers should do nothing for now. This may at least likely be a possibility, but also might be the most prudent. As I think about all possibilities, the Jared Leto return seems least likely, while the new Joker in the Batman 2 seems most likely, with the Joker sequel falling somewhere in the middle. As previously stated, one of the problems of bringing Joker in to face Pattinson is that it might be too soon. It would also rob other villains a chance in the spotlight to help tell new Batman stories. Batman is famed for his rogues gallery, and there are many villains who have never been brought to life in a live-action movie. Bringing Joker in for the Batman 2 might put a new twist on the Batman-Joker relationship, but it's still a relationship we've seen before. There are a lot of uncertainty about DC's future plans, and recently WB has been having its great success by taking things one movie at a time, which is probably smart given how previous ambition plans have collapsed. While I think we have all want to see the new Joker in a Matt Reeves movie, there is no need to rush it. Matt Reeves can always plant seeds and pull the trigger on Joker later in the Batman 3 or beyond. Batman Beyond, anyone? With the future of the Joker so strangely unclear, it's perhaps best that Warner Brothers do nothing for now and carefully plan its next movie. This seems pretty improbable, though. Warner Brothers has shown that when a character hits, the studio goes all in on them, as was the case with Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn. Joker simply made too much money for DC not to try to figure out a way to put the Clown Prince of Crime back on screen in some iteration as soon as possible. There may be no one right answer for what Warner Brothers and DC movies should do with the Joker next, and it's entirely possible that it won't be just one thing. I wouldn't be surprised if two versions of the characters existed on the big screen simultaneously. While the Joker's future outings are unclear, what is clear is that he has once again asserted himself as once the most captivating and popular characters in the comic book movie genre, and he isn't going anywhere. So you're the president of the DCEU. What do you do next? Your movie just made your last movie just made $1 billion.
So what I would do, Birds of Prey is finished, right?
Yeah.
When does it come out?
I don't remember the exact release date on Birds of Prey.
I would have canceled that movie.
Like you would have canceled it, but they're already moving. You know what I've noticed with the Birds of Prey movie is they're playing both sides of the political spectrum in their
Suicide Squad 2.
Yeah. So you're going to double down on Suicide Squad 2? Is that your answer?
It's essentially what? No. I'm saying Birds of Prey looks like Suicide Squad 2, and then the James Gunn Suicide Squad is just whatever the fuck it is. I don't know what it is.
Birds of Prey, I get the impression, I don't want to say this because it's going to make me sound like an asshole when I say this, but Birds of Prey seems like a movie that was made to shut a lot of Twitter people up.
It's like a Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
Yes. It's a Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants within a comic book franchise, and I think it's made to shut a lot of Twitter people up.
It's just...
Release date, I have for Birds of Prey, the release date as February 7th in the United States.
Ugh, that's way too close.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Like over the summer.
Let me see here.
Thing is, what I would do, just stop with the current DCU. Just stop. Just knock off the Birds of Prey. Suicide Squad's already being made, so I don't know. I would wrap it up in pre-production or mid-production. Just fuck it. Sorry, James Gunn, but
just cancel it all, huh?
Just cancel it all. I would just start fresh with Batman. And I think if you're going to start off the DCEU, a new one that was, just more, more consistent, just start off with Batman. I would keep Wonder Woman just because Wonder Woman is so successful and Gal Gadot's awesome. She's been
Are you
awesome
pretty amped about Wonder Woman 1984?
Haven't really seen anything for it, so I don't even know. But
I've seen a poster.
Yeah, that's all I've seen is like the image of her. But
I think the trailer is supposed to come out, the first teaser is supposed to come out in December, if I'm not mistaken, December 20th or something like that.
Oh, cool. Yeah. No, I mean, I'm excited for it as much as I can be without seeing a trailer or anything for it, but I just don't want it to get all woke and everything. But
I have to confess, I haven't seen Aquaman yet. I'm going to rent it.
I don't like it.
You don't like it? Okay.
I love Aquaman, and I don't like
it's not rentable. It's like you just have to buy it. You know what I mean? So I wanted to just rent it.
To me, it's rentable. I don't like it.
Where'd you rent it from? Redbox?
No, I saw it in theaters.
Oh, okay. But what I meant by rentables is just access to it. Like, can I just rent this movie? I don't want to spend $20 for something I might just watch once. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Why not?
But it's not. It every time I pull it up, it's either buy it or not. It doesn't give you the option to rent. Is what I'm getting at.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe you can just.
That's the only reason I haven't seen it yet. I haven't seen that, and I haven't seen Venom. I have Shazam in my queue to watch, but I'm also, to be honest with you,
Shazam's cool. I forgot about Shazam.
I have a little bit of superhero fatigue, man. I'm just a little burnt out on some of this stuff. I
don't blame you. It's a lot.
It's like it's all there is. So MJ is saying that Aquaman is free on Amazon. Last time you checked? You sure about that? Is that the Aquaman cartoon or the Aquaman? Anyways, let's see. What would I do if I was in charge of DC? Don't do another Joker sequel, because all you're going to do is you're chasing the money. You're not chasing an idea. If it was designed to be a standalone movie, then leave it as a standalone movie. I would maybe do something similar with one of the other ancillary villains, like do something with like Mr. Freeze, or maybe not even Mr. Freeze. I don't really know all my DC villains that well, but maybe do something similar to that. Like, okay, you see the pattern. So Joker was something that was kind of based on Kings of Comedy and Taxi Driver. So maybe take another character and base it on a couple of movies and make that. I think they're doing better with these standalone movies rather than setting up a bunch of franchises, because they wanted to have that cinematic universe, and every attempt that they made on it failed. And I brought this theory up before, and I think other channels have covered it as well, but they planned all these things before any of them landed. They put the cart before the horse, and they had Batman versus Superman was going to kick it all off, and then they had all these other things already in development.
Yeah.
So that's why they had this string of failures, because Batman versus Superman didn't land, and then Suicide Squad didn't land, and then Justice League tanked. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
it's like a 1, 2, 3 punch of failure. But then they come back. Aquaman actually did good. Wonder Woman was successful. Like, was Wonder Woman after? That was after Suicide Squad, wasn't it?
I feel like Joker was. Oh wait, what was the question? Sorry.
It was. I don't remember what the question was. I'm sorry, I lost track of what I was saying. But all this kicked off with Batman versus Superman being a failure, and then there was all these things. What I was getting at was their standalone movies are their successes.
Yeah.
So rather than
I didn't like Aquaman,
sequels,
but there's no denial that Aquaman was killer at the box office.
Yeah, it made money. So
Shazam made some money too.
Shazam made some money. I haven't seen it yet, but it was at least a success. I think they should stick with making the isolated movies. To just make standalone. Not everything has to be fucking connected, and not everything needs like 18 freaking sequels.
Yeah. Well, Shazam's connected to the DCEU. I mean, like,
so is Wonder Woman, technically.
Yeah, but I mean, here's what I would do. I would keep Gal Gadot and Matt Reeves' Batman, like, universe. Like, if they just started fresh with that, and then added a couple characters to make it, kind of just to fill the empty gaps within that universe. You don't have to put them in the movies necessarily, like, but you can probably put them in like post-credit scenes or something like that. Just have some dialogue or something. But I mean, if they keep going with the solo movies, I think that's where they're going to get their money, their success, and quit planning ahead so much, because the more you plan ahead,
make a movie, put it out, see how it does, and then make the next movie. Everything is just always bam, 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 bam.
Because they schedule these things before they're written. If you write the things before you schedule them or announce that they're going to be made, it gives time for people. It doesn't give them a deadline, and then the writers, the director, and the actors don't have to stress out about, hey, I need to make sure this is written before this date so I can present it. No, if you just write it before and don't really put like a time stamp on it, then I mean, it gives them some like solace in the fact that, I can write all of this, develop it, figure out what's going to happen in the story, and then we can go from there, present it, and then, try to get the actors for it. Instead, they're just like, all right, we're going to do this movie. Is it written yet? No. Oh, well, we're going to cast it. So. Okay, well, what's the story? No fucking clue.
Yeah,
but they're going to play the part. But
you have to have a hook. You at least have to have a blueprint, to build a story on. And I feel like with Joker, they had an idea.
The best example is the Universal Monster universe.
Oh God, the Dark Universe.
Yeah, it started off with. Did it start off with the Mummy or the Dracula movie?
It was supposed to be the Dracula movie, Dracula Untold, which I didn't hate that movie. I liked it too.
Yeah.
I did. I actually enjoyed that one more than I thought I would, but it didn't land. All right. So that didn't happen. So then I thought, well, we got Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise wants to be the Mummy.
Why? That movie started off good too. That's what made me mad.
Yeah.
If it was just a bad movie in general, it's like, well, that was a wet fart. But it actually started off really cool. I was like, all right, I don't see what the hate is.
I finally broke down and watch it because I wanted to see, like you, I wanted to see where the hate was. I'm like, how bad can this really be?
Yeah, as soon as they got to Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde's like lair, library place, it just went downhill.
It's like they're walking in the room. They're like, we are not Marvel, but we're doing Marvel things. You know, we're doing MCU stuff. It's like, no, dude, it's a monster movie. Monster movies, you can make a fun adventure monster movie. I love the Mummy, the Brendan Fraser Mummy movie, dude. I absolutely adore. You know, I don't like the sequels. I just like the first one.
The second one's good.
I don't even like
1 and 2.
My mom likes the second one. I don't like She likes all three of them. I just like the first one. I don't.
3 sucks. 3 was like, 3 is like Anne Frank's drum set. Pointless.
Frank's drum set. Oh, Anne Frank's drum set. Anne Frank's drum set, ladies and gentlemen. So,
shh.
Shut the fuck up.
Anyways, moving on to the next subject. I wanted to talk about our buddy Ryan Johnson, because I know this is a subject that's near and dear to your heart while I got you on here.
Oh, God.
Yeah, we're
Beer?
doing this. We're doing this. Don't worry, ladies and gentlemen. Ryan Johnson's Ryan Johnson trilogy is still coming out. In case you were worried, this is still gonna happen.
It's got really bright out of nowhere. All right. Florida, relax.
My question is this guy going to work with Kevin Feige? Because I don't see this guy working with Kevin Feige.
Oh, there we go. No. He's going to do his own thing. He's going to write his first draft down in his basement, possibly copy some Reddit fan fictions, and then be like, hey, Kathleen, here you go. Here's a fucking notebook full of ideas. Never mind. It's not ideas. It's a whole draft. We're using it. And she's stupid enough to go, oh, well, and then just go along. Everyone, go make it. Get a costume designer. Go get some toy lightsabers. Go get some fucking green screen. We're doing it. JJ, grab your glasses. We're doing it.
Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Exactly.
All right. So don't worry. Ryan Johnson is still working on his Star Wars movie. You notice how she looks like a fucking vampire right here? With fuck your blood, but
it's like Thor. He's like, you can't see me now.
Oh my God. You totally can't see me. The Star Wars franchise is in a fascinating place right now as we're just, is it really though? As we're just months away from the release of J.J. Abrams' The Rise of Skywalker, the highly anticipated and long blockbuster will end the 9-film Skywalker saga, which began back with A New Hope. The future of the franchise beyond Episode 9 is a mystery, although The Last Jedi's Ryan Johnson had been developing his own potential set of films, but his most recent comments cast a shadow of doubt over that possibility. Now Johnson is setting the record straight and still plans to return to the galaxy far, far away. Star Wars The Last Jedi is perhaps the most... You see how I just kind of like go into my voice when I start reading this bullshit news like this? It's just how I feel every time I read it. It's like the old World War II serials. They're just pumping out a bunch of fucking propaganda. Star Wars The Last Jedi is perhaps the most divisive entry in his franchise, as Ryan Johnson took some narrative risks with his directional debut in the franchise while subverting expectations rubbed some fans the wrong way. Some fans. Lucasfilm was clearly happy with his efforts. He got his own set of movies to develop out of it and recently clarified his recent comments about the process. As he said,
Did I say? Oh God, I have no update at all, but I'm still working with Lucasfilm on it, and they're figuring out what to do, what and everything.
Are they
Well,
holding
there
on to
you
your
have
first
it.
draft there, buddy?
It's
They got your first draft in a little cabinet.
he's got it.
File.
He's got some construction paper and some big purple crayons, and he's drawn some pictures. That's probably about as far as he's gone with this trilogy.
No, he's using his own feces because he's full of shit.
Oh God, that's some repugnant. Well, there you have it. While the Star Wars franchise is still ironing out the details of its future, Rian Johnson is still planning on working on a future endeavor with Lucasfilm. He's just not sure what that might be. Rian Johnson's comments to E.T. are sure to be a relief for moviegoers who were worried about the state of his future movie. Following the announcement of Johnson's involvement, no news has come from Lucasfilm regarding the potential project's future, and that's because there's apparently no news to tell, at least according to Johnson. While Star Wars fans are eager for details regarding that future collaboration, it makes sense that development has moved forward in the past few months. After all, but Lucasfilm and Rian Johnson have been rather busy. The legendary studio has been gearing up for the release of The Rise of Skywalker, and the stakes have never been higher. As for Johnson, he's been promoting his upcoming murder mystery film Knives Out, which I swear to God, if I see that trailer one more time, I'm going to shit and ape. So no one has really had the time to craft the future of this galaxy far, far away. It's currently unclear how the Star Wars franchise will continue on once the decades-long story comes to an end. Standalone films are seemingly put on hold following the disappointing performance of Solo, so Rian Johnson could seemingly go anywhere with his developing movies. Game of Thrones creators D.B. Weiss and David Benioff are also developing their own movies for the franchise. Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker will hit theaters on December 20th. In the meantime, check out the 2019 release. Blah, 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 blah. This.
You know, is it weird to you? Does it make sense? Does this make sense? The CEO of Lucasfilm for years was the lead creative. So he made all that shit up. In JJ's words. Remember that interview when he asked about George asked JJ what happened to, Darth Vader's grandkids? And then he goes, well, you tell me you made this shit up.
I don't remember that interview.
Who thought that Kathleen Kennedy could make up Star Wars stories? If you're the CEO of Lucasfilm, you should probably be able to tell stories. It's not a business, it's not as much of a, like a manager's business, position as much it is as the, a creative position.
Should I take you on a trip on the Wayback Machine, Cody?
Yeah.
Main thing is to protect these characters, make sure that they still continue to live in the way that you created them, and that the universe of Star Wars continues to grow.
Liar!
Does she know how they were, how the characters were? Does she know how they grew in the OT? Does she know how to make stories? Does she know? Does she know how to write like George Lucas? No. She knows how to be a bitch. That's what she knows how to do. She knows how to be arrogant. She knows how to be stubborn. She knows exactly how to ruin a franchise.
The Star Wars franchise, dude. This is the Star Wars franchise right now. This is what it is. This is exactly what it is right here.
Kicking my ass, Steven!
Yeah. Yeah. Jim Carrey said it exactly right.
Yeah, he predicted everything that was going to happen. All we got from this whole first of all, as I just explained before, stop announcing that you're going to have this commitment of all of these movies all of the time.
Yeah, quit lying.
You're wearing your audience out. You wear me out with this shit. It's like a bad horror movie, Cody, right? When it's got too many jump scares in it. And by the time things start actually getting scary, you just don't fucking care anymore because you've already spent like an hour and 15 minutes with a bunch of fake jump scares.
Yeah. like most horror movies nowadays. And there's
Right.
and I wonder why they don't make any money.
Artificial noises like, oh, you scared me. that shit.
Or a raccoon will pop out of a closet. Oh God, scared me.
Stupid, or something falls down.
Damn it, Steve! Why did you just? Why did the microwave go off?
You're not
like
getting any tonight, Steve. God damn it!
Sweatpants are on and tied tight.
Jesus Christ! Oh,
but no, Ryan.
She said.
No, Ryan Johnson. Keep thinking that you're getting a trilogy because you're not. And if you do, miraculously, and Disney's stupid enough to keep you, as the director for a trilogy, it's a trilogy that you're talking about. No, you're not getting it. And the fact that they're stupid enough to say, hey, we're going to give him a trilogy before The Last Jedi came out. How the hell can you be that ignorant? Honestly, how?
Like we said, it's Hollywood constantly putting the cart before the horse. They're so anxious to make this money that they don't have time to worry about whether or not it works. They think they know the audience. They obviously do not. People are striking back. That's what's been so exciting about the last couple months. A lot of people say, oh, this has been a terrible year for movies and blah, blah, blah. Not true. There's been some misses, but what people don't see is the important thing is where people are starting to prefer story over effects. You know what I mean? Over spectacle.
They should.
They want story over spectacle. And the summer box office is dead as far as I'm concerned. The whole big blockbuster box office model is dead. And proof of that is Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. There's no explosions in it. There's no CGI.
Mm-hmm.
It's all drama. Spoiler alert, it's all drama. There's a little bit of action in it, but it's mostly a drama.
There's a reason why cult classics are a thing because of characters, story development. There's a reason why these specific groups of people really, really gravitate towards these certain movies, whether it's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood or whether it's The Room. Maybe it's a shitty movie, but people like the characters and the story, and
people want to be entertained. Yeah, they want to be entertained. Not they want something a little bit more than just dangling keys in front of their face. Like, oh look, shiny keys. You know?
It's not about the spectacle. It's not about whether you can relate to somebody because of whether it's your ethnicity or whether it's your gender or whatever bullshit everyone's preaching. But it's about the story. It's about having not cool characters that you can follow, that you can enjoy watching, and people have this type of ownership towards characters. And I mean, if you feel like you have like this like very tight connected bond with Rey or Kylo Ren, you're probably homeschooled. And also, dude, do you have a job? You're probably in high school. And if you're an adult that loves Rey and just loves Kylo Ren, oh my God, you're either a big Harry Potter fan who likes Severus Snape, or you just, you've never seen Star Wars before.
Check out the big brain on Brad. You're a smart motherfucker. That's right.
Ladies and gentlemen, Goober Brothers Entertainment, please subscribe to this guy's channel. He knows how it is. All right. He knows how it's supposed to go. This is, but yeah, it is an exciting time. It's people pushing back, actually voting with their wallets. They've had enough. They're tired of the spectacle.
Yeah.
They want good entertainment. I'm at the point now where I don't give a shit about the summer season anymore. I'll hold off until November when they start, or October. October was great. You had, Rambo come out. You had Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out in July, was it? Like late summer, August?
Yeah, it was late summer. Yeah,
late summer, and I saw this. I'm like, God, this is the movie I was waiting for all year. Was it like something like this, And
Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark was really good too.
It Chapter 2, I mean,
it
wasn't great, but it was good. All right, I didn't hate it. You know what I mean?
Good Boys.
It was there have been entertaining movies that have come out that have done successfully that do not have to be attached to the MCU or be a Star Wars movie. So
you can tell when movie scripts and movie plot points and the whole overarching theme of it is forced. We have a movie that kind of flows and you kind of forget that you're sitting in the movie theater, or you forget you're sitting on your couch. That's when you have a good movie. But
escapism,
yeah,
you
exactly.
disappear into a universe and you're in for the whole at that point. Yeah, there's a movie coming out that looks interesting to me. It's got Ian McKellen and Helen Mirren in it, and it's about
I saw the trailer for that. Yeah,
you said that looks great. That looks like something that I'd like to see. You know, and it's not me getting old. It's just I want more from my entertainment, and I have a feeling that something like that will probably get lost in the shuffle. You know, everybody's going to rush out and see the next big spectacle. If you want to go see Cats, fine, go see Cats. You know, or God forbid you want to see Terminator 6, go see that. You know, but you're missing out on the good stuff. You know.
And when you take the time to hire an actor like Ian McKellen, who is arguably one of the best actors in Hollywood, I think
So too. I'm with you on that one.
His talent and command of the camera is just unreal. And you forget, you actually think like that. Same thing with Luke Skywalker up until recently. Like you would think that actual person in real life is that character. And that's, those are the best actors that are out there. Kind of like Johnny Depp. Now, whether you like him or not, that's up to you, but you can't deny that a character that can actually take, his real life personality, throw that out, and then become that character. That's when you get good movies.
Hey, we got 5 people watching this video. Make sure you please smash that like button. And
smash it. Smash it.
Smack it, slap it, lick it. Let me know how it tastes in the comments. But yeah, well, I'm a little different. All right, because I don't want to say bitch slap the like button. That's Pete's line, So I say lick the like button. Yeah, let me know how it tastes. Somebody told me it tastes like dried ketchup.
We're still alive, Appalachian.
We're gonna be wrapping it up here pretty soon. But yeah,
you just left for lunch. Would you have a Lunchable?
Ian McKellen, I think he's one of my favorite villains. Him playing Magneto. I thought that first X-Men movie, and me not knowing a whole lot about the X-Men, just the way they set it up, they gave him just enough backstory to where you got his motivation. He managed to pull it all off in one movie, and I thought he was a compelling villain because he believed he was doing the right thing. And he was
doing the right thing, but he also, you can tell, like,
his motivation. He had enough. You can tell you got where he came from. That makes the most scary villain when you know that he believes what he's doing, and he's not just doing it just for I'm going to take over the world. He's like, nope, you had your time. Now it's the mutants' time.
Yeah,
done.
he's a matured, hardened Holocaust survivor, and he pulled that off absolutely phenomenally
because he's a classically trained actor. And even though I'm not crazy about the Lord of the Rings trilogy, I'll still say, hey, his delivery and everything was spot on. So
yeah, well, even then, if he's classically trained, he doesn't pick up on the modern like trends, I guess, of Hollywood. He kind of just does his thing, and he tries to make good art, and that's essentially what we're looking for is good art. So
now the only thing that makes me mad about all these movies that come, we're in the Oscar bait season right now, Cody. So it's like they're going to put everything out all at once, and then you have to choose because not everybody can afford to go to 5 movies in 1 week.
How much do you want to bet that they're going to force the RDJ Oscar nomination, even though he said no?
I'm willing to wager in on that. I just think
so Disney makes more money.
I think it's classy. I think it's classy though that RDJ did the right thing. A lot of people are shocked that he didn't push for it. He's like, no, this is not, because he knows it's not. It's a good performance, but he was good in all of the his performances. He was Iron Man. Okay, so
what's more important, the actual movie itself, seeing him on screen, or some piece of metal that will like not really do anything but sit on a shelf?
See, it's indicative of how Disney treats their fans and their audiences. They're just like, well, everybody misses RDJ, and RDJ spoilers, RDJ dies at the end of Endgame.
I missed the hell out of him, dude. Like, it sucks that he's not in there anymore.
Right. But is that why you're really giving him the Oscar though? Is see, he's trying to play on the audience. Disney's trying to play on the audience's heartstrings. They're trying to use that as Oscar.
It's not a pity party. He's not trying to get your
not.
vote or for whatever for the Oscar as like a sympathy vote. No, it's just.
You want to know performances from me so far? If I had to throw two in there right now, it would definitely be Brad Pitt in Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. I'd throw him in there for that performance. Definitely Brad Pitt. Probably Leonardo DiCaprio as well. But he's fucking fantastic in everything. That guy is just another level. So I'd put both of those guys in there. Definitely
I would say Bill Hader in it too.
Bill Hader in it too.
He really stepped out of his comfort zone for that.
Would definitely put Joaquin Phoenix in there for his performance in Joker. I'd put him up for the best actor award. But Robert Downey Jr. I'm not saying that wasn't a good performance. I mean, it's just we've seen that movie, man, that Marvel formula over and over and over again. Robert Downey Jr. kind of built that formula. If you were going to give him an Oscar, it should have been for the first Iron Man movie.
I think it's more of like people are pushing for that Oscar for RDJ, but overall, if you just take his single solo performance in Endgame alone, is it any better or worse than his other performances? Not really. I mean, you can say what you want about Iron Man 2 and 3, because I'm not huge fans of those. More fan of Iron Man 2 than 3, but either way, it's more about his legacy than anything. So that's why they want an Oscar push. It's not, I mean, shoot, he could have acted just that great in any other movie if there was like, circumstances like there were in the story, but no, it's more about the legacy of RDJ and why people want an Oscar rather than his solo performance, I think. Yeah.
The Appalachian American says Tony Stark is off-world with the Fury building sword. That Tony that died was a Skrull.
I'd be pissed. That's why I hated the new Spider-Man.
Yeah, that'd be cheap.
That's why I hated the new Spider-Man. I was like, really? That's not the only reason, but they're just going to shoehorn Skrulls in now. Just for, lack of consistent storytelling. Yeah, let's just, Skrull. You're a Skrull. You're a Skrull. You're a Skrull, too.
I don't believe in the Oscars anymore anyway, man. If I could, I'd revamp the whole system and I'd have the Oscars be every 4 years instead of every year. Because there's some years where I feel like nothing of value comes out. This year was actually pretty good. Like I said, if I can see 3 or 4 movies in a year that leave a lasting impression on me, and by lasting impression mean I'm still thinking about them after I leave the movie theater, and maybe even the day or two after, I'm still thinking about those movies. Those are ones that leave a lasting impression. I saw a couple of those this year, and that made me happy. And that's really all I want,
And you can tell which ones deserve actual awards is the ones that kind of flourish throughout culture, throughout society. It sounds
leave a footprint. Absolutely.
Yeah. No, like you said, if it leaves a footprint, then people are talking about it and people still love it. 30 years from now, they're printing out retro posters of this movie that came out in 2019. Ooh, that's worthy of an award, not some throwaway movie that no one's going to, remember. So
I'm going to shamelessly promote my Facebook group, but the reason I'm doing that is I want to promote the watch party, which is tomorrow on this channel at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Cody will probably be there with us.
I'm not sure.
Will definitely be there with us, and also Tap and Die is definitely going to be there. So hopefully you can join us. If you can't, even if you drop in a little bit late, that's cool too. But we'll be commenting and riffing on this movie. It is our Halloween party. It is my gift to my channel subscribers. You guys definitely like when we do watch parties, and we like doing them. It's easy material, man. It's like we just watch and just comment. So Oh, hey, MJ might be there too. So that's cool. MJ, talk to me off air. We might have you be on like a commentator with us because I got room. I've only got like
You
4
can put
so
her
far.
on like the helicopter right there on the poster.
I could. I was trying to go with posters that have enough heads to where I can put our heads on there, and
Or you can shrink her head and just put a little Monica head.
Well,
on
the
every
classic
single one of
poster
those zombies.
the classic poster this just has the big skull like
Yeah.
in the background, looks kind of like a sun, and I was just going to put Pete's like top of Pete's head there.
Yeah.
But I thought, well, this isn't just all about Pete, so that's not fair. So
All about Pete. That's a good segment.
all about Pete. That could be a whole show all by itself. But yeah, make sure you subscribe to Goober Brothers Entertainment if you haven't done so already. I'll be disappointed if you don't. This guy's funny. At some point, we're going to go to Universal Studios and do some live broadcasts from there. That's going to be a good time.
Whether it's for Halloween Horror Nights or just a day.
If we don't make the Horror Nights, it doesn't matter. I love going there so much. It doesn't matter.
Halloween Horror Nights, man. It's expensive.
Is it really?
It's
Did they jack the price up for Horror Nights?
Oh yeah, no,
I wasn't aware.
I went on a Saturday a couple weeks ago with my girlfriend, and my God, it was expensive as hell. It was on a Saturday. You should expect it to be expensive on a Saturday, but even then, it's like God. It's like we're annual pass holders, and we still paid like $180 something for 2 tickets.
Dude, it's my favorite place in the world. I love that park so much.
Me too.
I do. I can't wait to get back. The first time I went was earlier this year, and I just all I'm thinking about is just hurrying up and getting back there. So, but yeah, we'll broadcast in there. We'll do some live streaming and try not to get kicked out. Because if we go into a Star Wars theme park, we will definitely get kicked out. But oh my God, Universal, we'll try. We'll try to be good boys. I can't promise that we'll be good boys.
I'll just wear the Last Jedi sucks t-shirt and just see how many insults I get. I surprisingly got a lot of compliments when I went to MegaCon this year. I was getting high fives like everywhere. It was cool.
Nice. That's
and
funny.
I don't know if you saw, I had a picture of me with one of those Praetorian guards wearing the t-shirt. I'm like, can I get a picture? And he's like, oh.
I agree, MJ. Pete's head is not big enough. So anyways, that about wraps this up. I'm going to go ahead and bring this down to a close. I want to thank everybody for joining us for this kind of impromptu live stream. I'm probably going to put out some more videos this weekend about some other different things that I didn't have a chance to cover today. So anyways, you guys have yourselves a groovy day. Hey, Cody, why don't you go ahead and plug your channel before we take off?
Follow me on Goober Brothers Entertainment on YouTube. Subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. And I'm on Instagram. Go follow me on there. I'm on Anchor and Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever they put me on Anchor. They kind of just throw you on different websites. But YouTube, subscribe, like this video, subscribe to Raiders of the Lost Flicks. Please, great channel. Adam's a good dude. That way. Yeah.
Gay!
Well, let's not start sucking each other's dicks quite yet.
Anyway, that's all I got for
All right, well,
today.
fuck you too. Huh? All right.
I couldn't wait, dude. I was just looking for an excuse to play that clip. Anyways, that's all we got for now. You guys have yourselves a groovy one, and we'll see you on the next one. And definitely we'll see you Saturday. Don't be late. All right.
Late.
Well, bye.
Thanks for watching this video. I hope you found it somewhat entertaining. Please remember to depress that like button and subscribe to my channel for more content. Make sure you hit that bell icon so you'll be the first to know when new content is published. Please visit RaidersOfLostFlicks.com for more hilarious entertainment and links to all of our social media platforms. Also, consider supporting us on Patreon. As little as $1 a month supports our worldwide digs for more Lost Flicks. Thank you, and have a groovy day.